Welcome back, folks, to the SF Comic Book Company. This is our another one of our top 10 lists. Today is top 10 pure 80s action movies. Next to me is Mr. Rick Grayson. So, Rick, how you doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
So what's our criteria for this list? Every time we do a list, we do a little criteria.
Yeah, kind of just narrow it down because, like we were just talking earlier, sometimes like certain movies, they fall into two genres, such as like the Terminator. Terminator is a great action movie, and it's definitely 80s. But on the whole, I think it's a sci-fi movie. Not saying it's not an action movie. I'm just saying that we're trying to eliminate sci-fi out of it so no time travel, nothing like cybernetic and all that.
So no fantasy, no adventure, no sci-fi,
no Conan,
so
no Indiana Jones,
Predator, no Star Warses,
no Star Warses,
the Star Warses.
Yeah, I wouldn't see that. So they wouldn't; those things wouldn't see. I know people are gonna be like, "But those movies," I'm like, "Yeah, I get it, but this is the criteria that we're going by." It's like it kind of have to dig deeper and harder to kind of find those gems. And
that's what she said.
Yeah,
all right. So Rick, you got a few honorable mentions. You go ahead. You wanna? Who started off last time? You started off first last time.
Yeah, I started off last time.
All right, we'll switch off. I'll start off this time. So my honorable mention. I don't know if this is. I guess this counts as an action movie, but whatever. So I'm gonna put it on there. Top Gun.
Yeah.
It's kind of almost like a blurs the line of action. Like it's almost like
a different action because it's not explosion. It's dogfighting, and that shit's sick, dude.
Yeah.
It's
directed by Tony Scott, classic. Just for the homoerotic volleyball scene alone, it's worth price of admission.
You'll never hear Kenny Loggins the same way.
It's called the danger zone for a reason. So I think that's all. Let me see. What else? I had a couple other ones.
Top Gun would have made my list, but it was just one of those like, is it hidden my criteria for like the list that I'm like aiming for, So.
And then there was a bunch of movies like, there's a spoiler for my list. There's no Schwarzenegger movies on my list.
Really?
Because I think Commando is a piece of shit. It's not a good movie.
Wow.
Commando is not a good movie, man.
Yeah, so, but it's as far as action goes, one of the best action movies. It's a shit. It's like, dude, it's formulaic. It's like Dino De Laurentiis bullshit.
Yeah, it's not a good movie. And also, let's see. Yeah, I would just go there. Actually, no Chuck Norris either. I have no Delta Force. I would probably.
Wow.
I would probably maybe put it on my honorable mention, but it's not really that good. I rewatched it recently. It doesn't really hold up for me. So.
Okay.
I know I'm just shitting on half your list already, Rick. I know.
No, I was just looking at it right now, and honestly, you are not shitting on it at all. No. I'm still in the clear. I mean, the only one that you could probably say it to that would probably be like Chuck Norris, but I mean,
I don't have any Chuck Norris. No Schwarzenegger, no Chuck Norris on my list. Shocking.
I had, honestly, I have no Schwarzenegger. I don't think Schwarzenegger really got really good until
all his movies. Well, all his movies go into the Predator. You would put Predator, Terminator, Running Man. Like all those movies are
it's sci-fi.
Not
yeah,
but I mean,
when it comes to like his actual action. You start you get into stuff like True Lies, other things like Eraser was pretty good. So it was, but it's not known as the big, it's not known as
Vanessa Williams in that movie.
Was it Vanessa Williams? Yeah, it was.
That's all right, so let's go through your honorable mentions real quick, and then go through our top 10.
So it's like one of those things. On the flip side, how you had Top Gun. One of my honorable mentions is Das Boot.
Isn't that more of a thriller?
But it's that's why I kind of told you, it's like submarine action, thriller. That's why I told you I had a lot of action, so I could easily remove that one, and there you go, because I had a lot of them, right? So honorable mention, and I have a deep love for these kind of these movies from this particular studio. American Ninja.
Yeah. It's a good one. Yeah.
American Ninja's a good honorable mention, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So yeah, if anybody hasn't seen American Ninja, it's about, you know, this soldier kind of is very amnesiac, takes the fucking the name Joe Armstrong, just one of the most plainest names that he could pick. Gets put into the military, doesn't know anything about his past. Turns out he was trained as a boy by a guy, you know, a Japanese soldier in the ways of the ninja. And shit comes down, he's fighting an army of ninjas. I'm glad he knew that fucking fighting style. So yeah, American Ninja, definitely dope.
All right, honorable mention. One more.
Um,
Don't chew ice on a mic, man. That sounds horrible.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
What are you, pregnant?
So, you know, Better Tomorrow. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Sounds familiar. What is it?
Yeah, Chow Yun Fat.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. So it's very good action movie. Chinese action movie. It's pretty dope. It's I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it could be his second or his first movie. I'm not sure if The Killer was his first movie. I always forget the order. But yeah, A Better Tomorrow, and yeah, one more, Red Dawn, and that's it.
Red Dawn almost made mine.
Yeah.
All right. So this movie came out. I guess we're doing top 10 now. Yeah, good. Yeah, ready to go.
Let's go 10. Yeah.
All right. Pure 80s action. So my number 10. I just watched this a couple weeks ago, and I forgot how awesome it is. Action Jackson.
Action that's Jackson, awesome.
Starring the great Carl Weathers. Great cast in this. Sharon Stone. Coach Greg T. Nelson's the villain of this movie.
Peter Delaplane.
Great action. Thomas F. Williams plays a cop in it. It's just a great cast. Sharon Stone's in it. Vanity's in it. The pop star from the 80s. They both get naked, so that's an added bonus. Just a great cast. Great cheesy fun. It's a pure 80s movie. I remember seeing this in the theater. I don't think I've seen this in like 20 something years and rewatched.
Who was the captain in that? Was it Bill Duke?
Bill Duke, yeah.
Okay.
Bill Duke was the captain. Yeah, great cast. Great. Basically one-liners all around. It's just just great, awesome movie.
How do you like your ribs? That's the coldest line with the flamethrower, man.
When he goes into that pool hall and he acts like a preacher, like he's great. Carl Weathers is a shame that Carl Weathers didn't get more like love as an action star in the
yeah, right.
His in Rocky and then Predator, and he was just great. I don't understand why he was just I don't know why he wasn't used more, but just a great fun 80s pure 80s action movie. Action Jackson, 1988.
Dude, when they were taking the guy in for stealing the lady's purse, and then they're describing they're gonna take him to Action Jackson. They start describing Action Jackson. They're like, some say that his mother was raped by Bigfoot and shit like that. And she's like, they're just like the fucking deformed love child. Oh, dude, Action Jackson's cold. Yay, easy. He's always trying to chime in on the list. I told him, your opinion is okay, bro.
Catastrophe, yeah. All right, so number 10, Action right? Jackson.
Action Jackson, that's a good one, dude. I fucking love Action Jackson. Surprised that
underrated. You don't really hear that about that movie too much.
All right, so my number 10, you already called it out, but it's cool. I still love it anyway. It's Chuck Norris. It's Delta Force. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
not a horrible movie. Not a horrible.
Not a horrible movie.
Not a horrible movie.
But it's cheese 80s. It definitely is cheese 80s. I mean, even from like that, it's Cannon Group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that studio is like super pure cheese. Couldn't get fucking Swissier than that fucking one. But it's a great movie. You got Chuck Norris. You got Lee Marvin. You got Robert Forster playing the bad guy, which is fucking awesome. I think you have.
Calm down, Philly.
Come here. It's you got Jackson. You got Steve James. He was in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Fuck you, Steve James.
Yeah. George Kennedy. But that movie's pretty dope, dude. It was like a hijacking, and it's Invasion USA tried, but fucking Delta Force
Yeah.
is the fucking shit, man. I fucking
Isn't
love
Delta Force 2 the better movie?
Between Delta Force and Delta Force 2? Fuck no. I would take
Delta
fucking
Force
Delta
is the
Force.
origin movie, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
the one they shot first and then they
Yeah.
yeah.
They say
Oh.
Delta Force 2 was good. Oh, but I'm not sure if that's Billy Drago. I know Bo's gonna be like, oh, Billy Drago. But I'm not sure if that's the one with Billy Drago or not.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the Canon film, what's the Canon film movie? The movie is awesome if you want to learn about Canon. All these cheesy,
Yeah, dude. They got missing in action. All these great fucking I think Kickboxer was part of them, or either Kickboxer or Bloodsport.
Well, nice transition. My number 9, Bloodsport.
Bloodsport, nice.
Bloodsport. Only Van Damme entry in the movie in the list, but yeah, it's Bloodsport is great cast. What's the Asian cat's name?
Bolo Young.
Bolo, yeah, Bolo is fucking badass. It's just it was the dude from Revenge of the Nerds.
Donald Gibb,
man, he's always great when he shows up in a movie, man. Just a great action, great fight scenes. Jean-Claude still not knowing English, but doing his best. But
relax.
It's basically an hour and a half of Jean-Claude doing splits. It's a great movie. Great fight scenes at the end. Really cool. It got to be inspiration for Mortal Kombat, the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say that when I thought when this movie was coming out, I was like, shit, is this like Mortal Kombat? They got their fucking one guy's name on this side, one guy's name on this side.
Well, this predates Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think I got to see it in the theater. I think I saw this one on tape.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't lucky enough to see it in the theater. So, but yeah, I got to see this on tape, and I was just like, God damn, this movie's fucking dope. It's kind of weird to hear after all the years. I'm like, yeah, this is bullshit. Frank Dukes, he didn't do none of this shit. But still, otherwise, great fucking movie. I mean, you can't fuck. Jean-Claude was doing his shit. I mean,
this might be Jean-Claude's best movie.
Nothing beats the dance scene in fucking Kickboxer, but this movie definitely was a better movie.
All right, that was my number 9. What's your number 9, Rick?
Okay, so I think I just brought up the idea to you, and this is probably the movie that brought it to mind. One of the best San Francisco movies that I fucking love is 48 Hours. So
that's your what?
This is my number 9.
Okay, so my number 8. My number 8, 48 Hours. Just to get that out of the way, so we can openly talk about it.
Yeah, that's good. Dude, like for real, you got Nick Nolte. I think Nolte is one of the best fucking. I think the role was tailor made for him. Like Jack Cates is it's Nick Nolte. Get out of bed. Oh, God damn it, ain't you? It's pretty much that Nolte the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy's great. This is like before Eddie Murphy kind of like,
lost his balls.
Yeah, this is a badass Eddie Murphy, uncensored. Great, some fun action in this. One of the guys, Steven D'Souza, I was watching a Die Hard documentary the other day. Steven D'Souza, he was like the script doctor for a lot of these action movies, man.
Steven D'Souza, yeah, or D'Souza? D'Souza. Yeah.
Like you see his name show up on a lot of these 80s action movies. He was the punch-up guy, man. He was the one that would punch up some of these scripts and add some of the cheesy 80s humor, which made these movies timeless. But Walter Hill. What else did Walter Hill direct?
Shit. He directed The Warriors.
Okay, yeah, that's why
he was big in the production of Tales from the Crypt. Walter, dude, I think he was at one point. I'm not sure if he at one point was supposed to direct Stand By Me, but then he bowed out and Reiner fucking took over. But yeah, I'm not sure if it was him or somebody. It was some fucking like well-known director. It could have been him though. But Walter Hill's. He's pretty dope, man. Yeah,
like you said, it's a good San Francisco movie. You get to see some great places in
like the to me, like one of the lasting scenes of that movie was when Jack Cates was in the fucking alley in Chinatown, drawn down, on the killer. But the way the light hit his face and just lit up this side of his face, and then the shadows on this side, and when he walked forward, it kind of like almost flip-flopped, dude. Like that shit, like that is like. those moments kind of stay with you, those like visual moments, and like fucking 48 Hours is pretty sick, dude, for that.
Yeah. So that was my number
That
8.
was your 8.
And that was your 9. So what's your number 8, Rick?
My number 8's Tango and Cash, bro. I fucking love. Oh.
Number 7, Tango and Cash. All right, this is creeping me out, Rick.
Get out of my mind, right?
Stop turning on the webcam.
I already know that fucking when we get down to the fucking nitty gritty of the top 3, we're probably gonna be in this thing.
Yeah, we gotta get some lists that we don't agree on. Like best Crow movies. Yeah, Tango and Cash, man. 1989? So it's just right on the cusp.
This is right on the cusp, but dude,
Sylvester Stallone, Kurt Russell,
Terry Hatcher,
Terry Hatcher,
Jack Palance, he just Michael J. Pollard. He was the guy who did he gave him the truck, and Robert Starr, Maniac Cop. That fucking everybody talks about Campbell with the chin. I'm sure he's very upset when he's like, oh, he's got the chin. He's got like fucking 5 of them.
In the face, yeah, you got the whole thing.
He's got. Oh, and then especially when they break his jaw, it gets even better. So.
Yeah, the best line in the movie when when he takes down the truck and this guy thinks he's Rambo or something. Rambo's a pussy. Rambo's a pussy. Sly Stallone fucking calling himself out, man. He's a badass. He's like it's like he's trying to play the sophisticated one, and Kurt Russell's like the bad. This is just this is like Stallone and Kurt Russell like in pure 80s joy, man. This is like when they're those are like I guess almost the most 80s guys really Stallone and Russell, like those two like in the 80s were kings, really. So,
oh yeah, they did a lot of shit.
Seeing these guys team up for a movie was amazing. Like great action, great chemistry between the two of them. The back and forth is hilarious. The stuff in the prison is hilarious. How they escape and all that. It's a great movie. It's
Ron Howard getting tied up in a slinky on this top bunk was great. They called him Slinky the whole time. So that's a fucking good one. Fucking love Tango and Cash.
Yeah, it's a classic for sure. Yeah, Jack Palance is really good in it. So yeah,
Cash and Tango, Tango and Cash. Yeah, fucking Jack Palance is great, dude.
He's great.
Brian James, he was what the Rakeen. That's what his name was. He was the guy who played Rakeen. Fucking keeps hunting fucking Tango and Cash throughout everything. They fucking put the grenade. Oh, dude! If you guys haven't seen Tango and Cash, you guys gotta watch Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash, yeah, not really talked about too much, but yeah, Tango and Cash is awesome.
All right,
that was my number 7. So what's your number? What?
Oh, that was my number 8.
That was your number 8.
So that was
my number 7. So now it's your number 7.
Fuck, dude. I'm afraid because you're gonna hold up the next thing right now. I'm almost scared. I'm hoping that. All right, number 7 is second time on the list from is Eddie Murphy and Beverly Hills Cop.
Fucking asshole, man. This is just our list of movies. That's it.
Oh no way! Yeah.
You never went 3 for 3, man. Breaking records. Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop. I mean,
1984.
Eddie Murphy again, badass in this shit. I forgot what movie he didn't do to go and do this. Like he was going to be a part of like an ensemble cast of another.
Oh, what year was this? 84. Was it Ghostbusters?
That's what it was.
I think it was Ghostbusters.
He was gonna be Winston.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough of a role.
Yeah, and
that would be awesome though. But fucking see Eddie Murphy and Ghostbusters. Like,
I'm sure they would have wrote him in some more shit, dude.
Oh yeah, for sure. But just that would have been a whole nother level of fucking just craziness. It was fucking.
If they would have ever made that movie after that with Eddie Murphy, fucking Paul Feig would be fucking dead right now. Oh. But yeah, everything down to the all the cast: Bronson Pinchot, Ronnie Cox,
Judge Reinhold,
dude. What was his? No, Bogomil was
With
the
the banana
captain.
and the tailpipe.
Oh, the banana in the tailpipe. Marlon. Oh, Damon Wayans was in it. Young Damon Wayans.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
it,
It's a great movie, man. The humor's really great. It's Eddie Murphy plays a Detroit cop coming
he
to
comes
solve a
off
case.
good too as an action star, man.
Oh, he's badass, man. Nobody gets thrown through a window like Eddie Murphy, man.
Resisting what is disturbing the peace? Disturbing the peace. I got thrown through a fucking window.
This is a great. Paul Reiser's in it. I forgot about that.
Paul Reiser's in it.
Yeah, this is a great cast, man. Fun. It's just they all have, like the cops have like great chemistry and like they have all great. It's a fun movie all around.
And his captain in Detroit. I thought that all police captains should have been just like that. The Inspector Todd. Inspector Todd's a fucking beast. Where's that motherfucker Foley at? I was like, oh, he's gonna beat his ass.
And the soundtrack is amazing too. I love the soundtrack.
Soundtrack era. Harold Faltermeyer doing the Axel F theme song.
Pointer Sisters and
Pointer Sisters.
The Heat Is On, man.
It's
just great
it's
movie.
Definitely that. It's definitely a piece of its time. It's great.
It's pure '80s comedy.
Laughs at the Michael Jackson fucking jacket as it walks past them and everything. Like
so definitely some of the humor you can't really get away with today, but it's some funny shit.
That's for sure. Today we weren't doing '70s comedies. Their fucking number one would be the one you can never, ever, ever, ever do again.
Oh, the greatest comedy of all time, Blazing Saddles.
No doubt.
All right, so that was my number 6. What's your number?
All right.
What's your number 6?
It's my number 6.
I swear to God, if it's the same one, I'm just gonna quit this now.
So, number 6 is it my 6? Right? Yeah, it is my 6. I'm like fucking I don't want to hit the same one. It's a Lethal Weapon.
Okay, all right.
And we're safe.
Yeah, we're safe on this.
We're safe.
We're a couple away.
All right. Yeah. So Lethal Weapon is my number 6. Fucking, Mel Gibson before he went all fucking crazy ass Mel Gibson, and Danny Glover. They're fucking awesome. They got chemistry on camera, and I mean, you start out the movie with the dead hooker. Come on, you have to. It's a whodunit for the dead hooker right off the bat, and when it fucking just reveals to be a lot more, under the surface. It's a dope flick, man. It's pretty much definitely on my Christmas movie list to watch that I have every year. So, and you can fight me and see me outside if you don't say that's a Christmas movie. So
that's more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard.
Debatable.
Oh, it's debatable.
Debatable.
All right, now you'll hear more of my thoughts on Lethal Weapon in a second.
Okay.
All right, so my number 5.
Yeah.
My number 5.
No, your number 5. That's right.
Cobra, la 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 la. For Sylvester Stallone, cinematic classic. Cobra, another canon film. George P. Cosmatos. How do you pronounce his name? Cosmatos, yeah. 1986. Just awesome, badass movie. Underrated. You didn't really hear too much about this. It's another canon film. Stallone is badass, pure Stallone in the 80s. Just look how cool he looks in the fucking poster. He got the badass gun, got the toothpick, his shades on, man. He's got the badass car.
But the thing that kills me about that fucking particular cover, they give him that gun. How much cooler would it be?
His other gun was that a Desert Eagle or some shit?
Yeah, it's a Desert Eagle with the
Cobra grip,
pearl inlay with the Cobra as the emblem.
Yeah,
man.
he's badass. Yeah, the cast is awesome. Brigitte Nielsen when she pre-craziness. It's just great fun, great movie, great action, great some of the villains in it, like a bunch of cheesy, all
Brian
the
Thompson.
cheesy. Yeah, Brian Thompson is the man. You recognize him from he's like one of the aliens in X-Files and he shows up in a lot of these.
He's in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah,
very bad Mortal Kombat movie.
He was Shere Khan,
right? Yeah, he was in Fright Night Part 2. He was the girl's fucking ghoul that fucking protected her. Yeah, he's in a whole bunch. He's in that movie Lionheart with fucking Van Damme, where
Yeah, the music's really good. There's a couple like cheesy 80s songs I
I
love
was
bumping.
I was
Was
just
that
listening
America's
to
Son?
Angel of the City the other night.
Was
Angel of the City.
the America's Son song that plays at the credits is amazing. I love that song.
Yeah.
This movie's it's a great. I remember seeing this in the theater and just like I probably saw it way too young. Yeah, 1986,
Yeah.
Cobra, Stallone, that cheesy Stallone goodness.
Dude, do you remember the show that fucking was that kind of spoofed this movie that fucking was like on Fox called Sledgehammer? Like pretty
Oh yeah,
much like
remember that? Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Well, it was kind of spoofing like all these kind of movies, like all the like cheesy 80s.
all the cheesy 80s action.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
The guy who was Sledgehammer was in this movie here.
Oh really? Yeah,
Yeah, he
that
was the
show
photographer.
oh wow. Yeah, the movies. That show was underrated, man. That show was hilarious. Like, yeah, it was kind of like a parody, fourth wall breaking kind of show before it kind of ahead of its time. Yeah, it was a good one.
So what was that?
All right, so
5?
that was my number 5. So what's your number 5, Rick?
All right, my number 5 is the fucking killer.
The who?
The killer, Chow Yun Fat.
Oh, the killer. Okay.
Yeah, so I've like up to this point when I was like a kid, I've never really seen gunplay like the way they did it on this. I mean, fucking like John Woo's like he legitimately is an artist when it comes to like choreographing a fucking a shootout scene. I mean, I think that's important too. Like as important as a fight scene can be, having a shootout and doing like the choreography of how you want everything to go down, like because it's a ballet, it's a fucking dance if it's done correctly. Robert Rodriguez, I think, is probably one of the best at it. Just doesn't rely on it as much as he should in some movies. But dude, John Woo, this is probably the movie that put John Woo and Chow Yun Fat like on the map.
Yeah, I lean a little bit towards Hard Boiled a little more. I'm more of a Hard Boiled guy.
Yeah, Hard Boiled's great.
The Killer's really good too.
Yeah, I think just to me, the Killer was like the thing where, like, the two-handed shit. That was like the first time I kind of saw it, and it was just like, whoa, that shit like left like an impression, and I couldn't wait to fucking wield 2 guns in any fucking first-person shooter after that. So
this is why Rick's not allowed to own weapons.
Yeah. This is true. I fucking think I'm fucking Chow Yun Fat, the Killer.
What year? 1989.
89.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
All right. So.
Good movie.
Your 4?
This is my number 4. This was your number 6, 5.
Oh, okay.
Lethal Weapon. Richard Donner. This was 1988, 86, 87.
87.
1987. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Gary Busey.
Gary Busey, man, probably one of the best villains.
The fight, this movie is kind of. It's not. The action comes towards the end. Really, nothing happens towards the end. But when the end happens, it's an awesome action sequence because there's really not much that happens.
It doesn't stop though once it starts.
Yeah, the last like half hour of this movie is amazing, but for like an hour and a half, nothing really happens. But this, the fight scene with Gary Busey and Riggs on the front lawn.
On the grass on the front lawn.
It's so great, just beating the shit out of each other, man. Like, Mel Gibson running down the street, shirtless after he got tortured, man, by the same cat that's in every other action movie. The chemistry between him and Danny Glover is amazing. This is great. Definitely a great movie. Great action movie. You think of action, you think of Lethal Weapon, one of the pure 80s action movies, written by Shane Black. It's just great people are behind this movie, man. Great flick. Man, it's definitely up there, man. Definitely classic. I think Gary Busey makes this movie. Yeah,
Gary Busey, I think is not just him. I think fucking Mel Gibson's really likable now.
Yeah. No, the chemistry between Glover and Gibson is, that's why they did 3 other sequels because they just had so much, even though they weren't all that great, but.
And they're probably gonna do another one.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, no, unless they're like trying to police the fucking retirement home or something. That'd be awesome.
All right, so.
But if they're still on the force at that age, like, no, come on, man.
No, that'd be a joke.
Like if Murtaugh's like a captain or something, I can see that. Like if he's like a captain or he's retired and like Riggs is a captain or something, that he has to bring him in.
Unless and the thing is, if they decide, I don't know if they do it. It'd kind of be like weird. they turn Chris Rock into the next generation of the person, but then they're gonna have to pair him with a cop. So
Who would you pair him with?
who? Well, then who's gonna be the? So they have to get another killer kind of guy, right?
Some
Or
badass.
is Chris Rock gonna be the killer guy?
Get another Australian. Get Tom Hardy.
he'll be beating the shit out of Chris Rock in the car high drive.
Hey man, he's working on his acting chops, man.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, so that's my number 4. What's your number 4, Rick?
My number 4 is Cobra.
All right.
Yeah, my number 4 is Cobra. Like you said, like this, like the one-liners in the movie, opening scene when he's in the supermarket.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and like that's when that's the first time I ever was like introduced to the whole thing of like the New World Order. I mean, other than seeing it like in a horror movie, like The Exorcist, no, not The Exorcist, The Omen, and then they bring it into we're the leaders of a new world, and all of this shit with pretty much this cult being led by a fucking serial killer, which I think the story might have been based like on a real story or some shit. But the fact that they had this this section of the police force called the Zombie Squad that did jobs that nobody else wanted to do, and it was a one-person fucking squad, and it was like, oh yeah, you're gonna call the Cobra? Are you sure you want him in here? Like,
it's results.
Yeah, it's just like I love how it's just like all those tropes. Like, do you really want to call this guy in when nobody else can stand up to evil? You call in the Cobra, and yeah, he comes in, cool as fuck, pops out of this fucking bomb ass fucking old school fucking '56 fucking car and shit. You know, dressed fucking jeans, boots, fucking leather kit jacket, fucking. What is it? He doesn't even have a cigarette. He has a match.
Oh yeah, match.
He has just a match, and he's just fucking chewing on the fucking end of the match. He just fucking goes in and fucking rocks shit. This is like Stallone. This is like this was later into the 80s, right? Like
no, 87, like 86.
86.
Yeah.
86. So this is mid 80s still. So he's starting to progress and starting to turn more into like the because people forget. I mean, Stallone is an action star, but Stallone's a good actor. Bro.
He's a good actor. He's a good writer. He wrote fucking Rocky. Like,
yeah, he's a good actor. He's a good writer.
Director. He's a good director.
He just chooses to do action movies because I think that's where he just like he has fun.
Where the money is, man.
Yeah, he has fun. You know, so yeah, number 4 is Cobra for me.
Cobra, la 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 la. All right, so my number 3. Jackie Chan, Police Story. I had to put a Jackie Chan movie.
All right, before you go any further.
Number 3 for you two?
That's my number 3.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Police Story. Are you just switching up because you didn't?
No. This is my number 3. If I could have, I would have had at least about 4 or 5 Jackie Chan movies on here.
Yeah. There's a few I could have threw on here, but this is the best of them all. Really,
that's his best movie of all time.
The best movie. The last like 30 minutes of this movie is just fucking pure joy, man. It's just badass. Jackie Chan doing some insane shit. And it's actually a great, a good police story, man. It's Jackie Chan. There's some goofy moments, but it's not, it's not pure.
It's comedy. I mean,
but there's some serious stuff in here. Yeah. But the final battle in the mall.
The mall scene is if you haven't seen any other scene, if you could just watch that.
And there's clips on YouTube. You can look it up. But if you want to just watch that scene, it's
for pure enjoyment. Watch the whole movie. Jackie Chan is great.
There's the scene when he's dealing with the phones. It's like super out of like Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin kind of thing, like him maneuvering through some phones and stuff.
Yeah, the physical comedy that the guy has is just, and like, he loves all those things. He's genius.
He's a genius.
He's genius.
There's no other way to put it. He's a fucking pure genius. He's a badass. He's a badass character actor. He's a badass action star. He's like for 3 decades he was just a badass, or 4 to 5 decades now. Jeez.
Yeah, the thing about him too is like mainly in the early ones. I mean, now if you see movies that you don't know if it's him doing the action stunts, I'm sure he wants to, but Jackie's doing everything. There is no switch out. Yeah. He is on screen at all times, and he felt that was important, for the people. He didn't want to take him out in the moment with like just bringing in a stuntman, and like he'll have his whole stunt team his whole stunt team is great too, man. They're in a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
People from Super Cop, I've seen him. Project A, I wanted to put on this list so
Yeah,
bad.
Project A2 is
Project A, Project A2, yeah, they're both great, man.
yeah. If like a lot of people know Jackie Chan through his American stuff, like was it the Rush Hour and
Rush Hour,
Shanghai
Rumble in the
Shanghai
Bronx.
Blues.
Yeah.
Well, that
No,
was his,
actually, yeah, those are his two more like mainstream, Rush Hour
Rebel in the
and
Bronx
Shanghai.
was at least filmed in that was a Hong Kong film, but they brought it over. But
That's a Sun Harvest movie that they brought.
yeah, but if you really like, if you only know him from that, like that's nothing compared to the stuff he did in the 80s to early 90s over. So if you get a chance, go watch those movies, man. There's some fucking amazing stunts, man, and just they're fun movies. But the action is just fucking great, man. There's so many good action scenes. Like I said, go look up like 80s Jackie Chan.
Just look up Jackie Chan. Period.
Yeah,
Like almost everything that the guy does. Is
yeah,
genius.
it's definitely watered down the stuff he did. In
did a lot later. Like
yeah,
anything post on what like
Rush
anything
Hour
past
2, 3, yeah. And that's when you kind of he went Hollywood, and he deserved it at that point because you don't have to fucking risk your life when you're getting paid fucking $20 million a movie. So
I think when he gets big time co-stars and you can see that it's not the same people. I said Sun Harvest, I said Golden Harvest. When he's with the same people that he's been in with movies, like in Rumble in the Bronx, the woman who takes over his uncle's store happens to be his mother in Drunken Master, Legend of Drunken Master. So yeah, Jackie Chan. Honestly, I honestly think we can do like a top 10 Jackie Chan movies. It's very easy, but then again, I think it'd be probably up and down the line. It'd probably be the same.
Yeah.
Because Jackie Chan, you could definitely just go down. If you guys haven't really watched Jackie Chan movies, just definitely go down that rabbit hole. Just watch any Jackie Chan movie that you can find. All the police stories are recommended. Police Story 2,
Operation Condor, the Armor of God.
Yeah. Who Am I?
Who Am I? Yeah, it's one of the later ones, but yeah, that one's really good.
But yeah, Who Am I still has one of the best scenes, him running down and it has probably one of the best fight scenes on top of the rooftops.
Yeah, Twin Dragons was good.
Twin Dragons was great.
Yeah, there's some great ones, man. Some good.
Wheels on Meals is great.
Yeah, that was good. It was Samo.
Yeah, just everything. Yeah, Samo. Fucking.
All right, so
I already know number 2 and 1 is the same. Yeah.
First Blood. Yeah. I wasn't sure if you're gonna go with part 2. Part 2 is more like known for the action, but
no,
First Blood is just like fucking man. It's just man against everyone, like just
everybody.
It's just Stallone, just fucking
pissed off the wrong guy.
1982, directed by Ted Kotcheff. Based on the book. Book, it was a little different. Like I think he dies at the end of the book.
He kills himself.
He kills himself at the end of the book.
Yeah.
This movie is just a great man against all odds, man. He comes to a town. He's a veteran. He's seen some shit, man. He just wants to have a meal and walk through the town. Brian Dennehy gives him some shit, and all hell breaks loose. And so it's basically the whole police force versus John Rambo, and it's just fucking awesome, man. It's just fucking, it's bloody, it's brutal, it's very very raw. It's just an awesome movie, man. Pure action.
It's very emotional too. Like,
yeah, it's a story, man. When he's like telling dude at the end of the movie when he's like, what about me?
Had the blood. Had his friend's blood on him.
Yeah, if you don't think Stallone can act, man, watch that fucking scene, man. That's some fucking emotion out of that, man. Also, Schwarzenegger pulling some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't think people, like I said, I don't think people give Stallone, because at first thing, he gets typecast as the action star. He's great as an action star. Don't get me wrong, but fucking Stallone's got chops. Stallone's got he's got some screen presence, man. He could pull it off. I'm not talking fucking Spy Kids fucking Stallone and shit. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's being a little over the top or whatever, like that pun. But yeah, it's
over the top almost made it too. It's not really
over the top. It's not really an action movie, but it's a great movie. That's a father son movie. It's the emotional family movie, the connection movie. But fucking First Blood, dude.
Like the
Yeah,
second one's good. The second one's like a good action movie, but it doesn't have the heart that this one has. Like this one has a lot more heart, a lot more like it feels like a real movie. Second one feels like just like kind of
just
like
pure action. It's just like it's the cash in.
yeah.
So that's the reason I kind of went with this movie as my out of all of them, because when I watched that movie, it's the rewatchability to it. I mean, I could throw on Rambo 2 and I'll maybe walk away. But Rambo, like First Blood, that movie has you. Like it takes you, and you're invested in what happens to this guy. It's like fuck, leave the poor guy alone. Leave him, like leave him be. And he's like, I don't want any trouble. I'm just walking through. Get out of town. Can I just have him? No, get out of town. And I love that there's part of him that they fucking fucked him a bit, and he was just like walked away, turned around, and started walking right back in. Like fuck these, and he was like fuck these guys, and they pretty much bullied him, and the shit that still goes on today. Police brutality, fuck those guys, fuck the police.
Glad things have changed.
I know, right? Fuck.
So speaking
Rambo
of
fought back. Yeah.
speaking of police, I'm sure it's your number one. It's America's number one. There's no doubt about it.
I think it's probably the best. I think it's probably could be the greatest action movie of all time.
I think it's the greatest action movie. It's in my like top 3 favorite movies of all time. It's one of the best movies. Just any way you look at it. The great Bruce Willis in Die Hard, the first one. Just amazing. Nothing says 80s action
like that movie there.
This movie is just, and a lot of the thing with the 80s movies was just, this Schwarzenegger type guys, Stallone type guys. This is like one of the first movies, it's
regular
just,
dude.
Just a regular dude.
Regular dude.
From New York, just trying to make up with his wife, and all hell breaks loose. Fucking, just it's a awesome movie, man. It's a perfect movie in my opinion. There's no boring parts in this movie. Every scene counts. Every bit of dialogue counts. Every bit of action counts. It's funny because I was watching a documentary on Netflix about the movies that made us, and they were talking about like when they first showed the trailer in theaters, people were laughing because it was Bruce Willis on screen, so they didn't get like what the concept was. But once they saw the movie, man, they changed their fucking mind, man. This is the fucking ultimate action movie. Just pure joy, man.
Yeah, I think the thing that people like about it, it's a dude who's just it's like pretty much the Ash of the action movies. He's a regular dude thrusted into a situation, and he just fucking like he goes through it the best he can, and like just shit works out for him. He's still getting fucked up. I mean, don't get me wrong.
He
like
gets beat up in this movie, man.
He gets his feet cut. He gets fucking shot. Dude, he gets
metal
dropped.
splinters.
Yeah, everything. Like he goes through the ringer, and fucking Alan Rickman as fucking Hans.
Yeah.
Hans
all the like terrorists are like great little character actors from the 80s. Bonnie Bedelia. Bonnie Bedelia. Yeah, she's awesome in it. She's great. Who's the guy that played the 80s jerk asshole?
Robert Peck.
No,
the guy was Robert Peck.
No, that's the reporter.
Okay.
He's really good too. He's great and everything.
Which guy are you talking about? Fucking the guy who played Lewis?
The one that got shot by Hans shot him. He was like, remember, like John was telling
Hans Bobby. I forgot that dude's name, man. I don't think he was a big star.
It was radio, not TV.
He was like he was like a busted down John Ritter. Yeah, Alexander Godunov. He was fucking great.
The music's really good in it, man. John McTiernan. Just the pedigree of this movie. John McTiernan is director. Jan de Bont is the director,
cinematographer. Yeah,
it's amazing. Like like I said, it has that D'Souza as one of the writers.
The writers.
Yeah, he was the one that came in and punched up the script. But yeah, just from top to bottom, man, this movie's fucking amazing, man. I could put this movie on anytime and watch it and just love it and find new things.
That's a Christmas movie. That's one of my Christmas. That's a Christmas movie.
No, it's an action movie.
It's both.
You can take the Christmas elements out of it and it's still the same movie.
That's and it's takes
What?
place in Christmas
Just
and
because it has a
Christmas.
couple Christmas songs in it.
Well, it ends.
What
That's
does?
the main reason I love Let It Snow, right? Because of
Yeah,
this
but
fucking
you throw
movie.
that, take that out of there, and put fucking Hot Time Summer in the City. It's the same fucking movie.
Ew, that's disgusting. It's snowing. There's Santa Claus. There's
It's not
fucking
snowing. It's
Christmas.
L.A. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, that was okay. That was part two.
That's part 3.
Yeah, part two. Yeah. So fucking. Oh yeah, William. Dude, they had hella people in this. William Atherton. That's the guy who played the reporter.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's true. This
fucking
man has no dick.
Carl Winslow.
Carl Winslow. Oh yeah,
Carl,
yeah, pal. Oh man, he's great.
Reginald Vell Johnson was in
Their
there.
their chemistry is fucking awesome, man. And
Yeah.
they don't meet each other till the end of the movie too, like at the very last scene. So just them on the radio bantering back and forth, and just the chemistry with him.
Probably one of the most quotable movies of all time as well.
Yeah, just yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Shoot the glass. Yeah, I'm constantly quoting that movie in my everyday life.
Much as I feel, get really close, have a few laughs. No,
California. Yeah, it's just great, man. Bruce Willis is amazing in this movie. It just the second one's okay, but the third one is great.
Third
too.
one's probably. I'm probably the one in the few of the minority that I do think that 3 is better than 1 on this one.
Really? Oof.
Yeah,
Oof.
and I'm in the
I do like
very
3 a lot,
minority.
but
I love 3, man.
Three is really good, man.
It's just because I think what happens is, okay, first of all, it's no, he's not stuck in a place. Like he's not stuck in Nakatomi. He's not stuck in an airport.
Well, you get to see him being.
He is in New York.
He's in his natural habitat. Yeah.
Exactly. Now you've entered his grounds, and like I love like the scene with him and Samuel L. Jackson in the cab when they're driving, and he's telling them, "Don't go down this way, go down that way, because if you call this place, they're gonna send out that fucking ambulance from this hospital to go to this," and it's just little things like that, just like. This is McClane. McClane's in his habitat. He's in his element.
It's McClane.
It's McClane.
We'll save that for our '90s action movies.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna have more fun with that list.
This is a harder one. Once you toss out the sci-fi, there's no Terminator.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
there's no Predator.
Yeah, you definitely have to dig deep on if you take all the all the criteria out.
See, yeah, yes. The other thing too, it would, like for me. Would my top 3 change? I don't know.
Probably, I would have Aliens on.
I probably would have Aliens up there. Yeah.
Just for pure action, man. Aliens is fucking insane, man. That's just fucking pure action right there.
Yeah, Aliens would probably, if it was, it'd probably be number 2. Honestly, it would probably be number 2.
Yeah, my number 1 wouldn't change though.
My number 1 wouldn't change. I think Aliens would probably just bump everything down a notch.
Yeah. And I would like Terminator would be more be more horror for me.
More horror sci-fi. It's still
more horror sci-fi.
Yeah. I would say that people would want to throw it into the action category.
Predator, I would probably throw in there.
Which one?
Action, Predator.
Yeah. See, like the other, I had so much, dude. I had like Missing in Action.
RoboCop would have probably been in there.
RoboCop would have been in there.
Road Warrior.
Road Warrior definitely would have been in there. Escape from New York would have probably been in there.
Yeah. Even though that's not too much action in that movie.
But it's still kind of like that futuristic kind of action. Not so much like as a Mad Max. I mean, Mad Max is a fucking
Road Warrior is
fucking Road Warrior is
those
fucking
fucking
legit.
car chases are insane.
Yeah. Indiana Jones.
All right, so what we tied on which ones we tied on.
We tied on a few of them, dude. Like, we went through a list. I think it was what.
My top 10: Action Jackson, Bloodsport, 48 Hours, Tango and Cash, Beverly Hills Cop, Cobra, Lethal Weapon, Police Story, First Blood, and Die Hard.
All right, so going down again, my number 10 is Delta Force, 9, 48 Hours, number 8, Tango and Cash, 7, Beverly Hills Cop, 6, Lethal Weapon, number 5, The Killer, number 4, Cobra, number 3, Police Story 2, number 2, First Blood, and number 1, The Great Die Hard.
Okay, so our top 3 was the same.
Yeah.
We were like one off on a few of the other ones. Okay.
Yeah. We agreed on a lot of stuff. You know, like you said, this is a difficult thing once you kind of stick to a certain kind of a guideline how you're going to try to attack the list. Once you do that, it kind of forces you to think uh,
Outside the
outside
box.
the box. Yeah, because it's just like these movies, like, you know, Predator is one of the greatest, to me, is one of the greatest action movies of all time. I fucking love Predator. Predator's nonstop. It just keeps on going. They're getting hunted throughout the whole fucking flick. It's an amazing movie, which got turned into a game, by the way. Seen it online. Bo's been trying to get
I
me to
haven't
get
heard of
it.
this game, this magical game.
Yeah. So Predator Hunting Ground is pretty dope from what I've seen.
Okay.
But yeah, it's by not having Predator on the list, it made way for other movies like you know, like The Killer and like Tango and Cash, like Delta Force. These movies definitely take up the spot, but there are other good stuff in the 80s that probably don't get to see the light of day sometimes, just by being overshadowed by movies that fucking awesome.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
it
so.
happens. In lists, that's why I kind of like to narrow the list.
Yeah, you can't make it easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's the next list we're working on? We gonna.
Oh no, I kind of came up with I was thinking top San Francisco movies.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
I kind of want to do the scores one next.
The scores one, yeah, I like the idea of that one.
Yeah, 2D animation. When do we? What
Yeah,
was it?
'cause
Oh, what else was on that list? Was 2D animation,
2D
score.
animation, like
What was
famous.
What got second place on that poll?
On the poll, I think it was it 2D animation? No, it was 8. I think it was movie scores was 2. I think it was movie scores. I'm pretty sure it was movie scores. Just double check. I should have had it up in
You would think you would do that, but yeah.
You would think, but
you're supposed to be the social media director, Rick.
I'm not the smartest fucking. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer sometimes, Ray. I'm real good at faking the funk.
So 80s act. Well, yeah. So second, it was tied for. Yeah. You put up the poll? Yeah. This is the second time you put this poll up, right?
Yeah, but I think pending poll.
Yeah. I don't think we'll do another poll. Not enough people.
I know. Yeah, a lot of people saw it, but not enough people voted.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll just pick a next one. Yeah, maybe we'll do scores next.
Yes.
I've been sitting on
scores.
That.
Yeah, I got a. Actually, was listening to another one, so I think that I'm gonna have to find out where it goes on the pantheon of it.
All right, I think that's a good list, Rick. Cool. Yeah, so yeah, check out the Facebook page, SF Comic Book Co. Check out
like and subscribe.
Instagram, folks. Twitter. You've been posting on the Instagram, right, Rick?
Yeah, no, but I will post.
I think we should post on there.
Yeah, news.
No, just post links and stuff. Yeah, to the shows.
Okay. Oh, okay. Do the typical shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks to everyone that's helping out and watching the show, and click like and subscribe. Rick, you got anything else?
No, yeah, just join the group, guys, and if we ever do a poll, if you see the poll,
vote.
don't just see it. Just
have your, one that only voting that matters here.
Yeah, we're trying to, make a community. Your opinion matters. We'd love to see what you guys say about a certain topic that we talk about, and then include you guys on the show. Just
your opinion matters until it doesn't. So.
Until it doesn't. Yeah. until I argue it.
All right.
Until it disagrees with mine.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and have a bitchin' good night.
Good night, everybody.